So once you get the rap-a-lot music going and everything, and then you start seeing you could be, because I give you the credit for being the best independent label. I don't count Cash Money. I give Cash Money as the best record label ever. And I'm Murder Inc., as you know. And we put our number up.
Yeah.
Death Row put their number up. Bad Boy put their numbers up. But I give, and even No Limit, but I give Cash Money the best record label for us.
Yeah.
If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Ever. But they had the support of Universal from the door.
Yeah.
You, on the other hand, didn't. And that's why I give you the best independent label ever. And I mean, the historical facts of what you posted up and how you did it. Again, because it's not like today where we could use the phone and everyone knows where you at and promote. If you had to promote something, you had to go there. You had to do it. You had to pay that money and get everyone out there. Street team. How big was your street team?
Oh, man, major. But before even touching up on the street team, you know, Cash Money, No Limit, Tony Draper.
Tony Draper Swisha House. Yeah, there's a lot. I don't want to be disrespectful, man. They all big.
Yeah. But then with my students,
right?
You know what I mean? I inspired them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They came out of their own mouths. So, you know, it's almost like Michael Jordan and Kobe. You know what I mean? But for sure, they took things to a different level. And I'm proud of No Limit, Cash Money, Draper Swisha House, and all the rest down south for doing.
Yeah, because you gave them the belief it could inspire them. Inspired. They seen, again, he came and said Russell and Leo inspired him. But again, you know, I don't want to get into that, but I'll fuck with Russell. But at the end of the day, you inspired the rest of them to say, man, if Jay's doing it, I can do it. And that's everything. You know, that's what we here for.
Yeah, no, we definitely inspire one another because, like you say, along their movement, you couldn't help but to be inspired by them taking things to a totally different levels.
Right.
You know, the feeling is mutual. You know what I mean? Ain't no I and we. You know what I mean?
Where he said, you know, I and we, but there's an I and win. And that's Kobe line. That was a Kobe Bryant line. Shout out Bean, man. You know, with that being said, after you get through your music and then you start, like, what got you into boxing? Because people may not understand how much influence you have in boxing.
Yeah.
You know, you probably are behind. There's a few names. I don't want to. Promoters are different than managers. So you probably only have one name that I could think of that I would even put in your category, and that's Al Heyman.
Yeah. You know, boxing was always like my first love.
Yeah.
That's something I wanted to do before the music.
Before music. Was you doing it for professionally box or get into the boxing?
No, I wanted to box.
Oh, I get it.
But it wasn't a boxing facility in my community, and that's why I built a boxing gym. That's why I built a recreation center in my hood, because I didn't have access to that. And I'm like, if I ever make it and get some money, this is going to be my token where I'm going to give back.
The only problem I ever had with boxing is I don't mind a problem hitting people in the face. Getting hit in the face is a whole
different, like a good back. That's a whole different ball. They take a different animal to accept being hit in the face. Boxes are like the most unique. I was just with Floyd. Shout out Floyd. He was at the Earn Your Leisure joint. I know they interviewed you before too. Shout out Rashad and Troy. Those are my boys. And at the end of the day, I was with Floyd. You know, he's always shows nothing but love. I still beating him in dominoes. He know that. Yeah, he loved the dominoes, right? But at the end of the day, you know, you was the first person to actually bring me to Floyd. Again, people don't know, like, again, Diego Corrales, God bless the dead, you know what I'm saying? Winky Wright, who was at the ranch that day. I told Winky he lucky. Yeah, I said, you lucky, boy. You lucky you was there that day there, man.
But you know what, a lot of people may not know this, what caused me to really diversify. You know, I always wanted to get into boxing, but I was under attack by the feds. You know what I mean? They got at me like real tough to the extent where everybody was leaving my building. It was, under a major attack, that was led by this guy, Chad Scott and Jack Schumacher. And it was then
These are two federal agents you talking about.
federal agents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? One of them, I put the spotlight on him years ago. One of them happened to be locked up. They arrested him last year, over a decade after I put the spotlight on him. But this is the point I was making. It was the attack from them of attacking my business and erupting, my daily activity of the things I was doing, where I decided to diversify my portfolio and get into boxing. You know what I mean? I wanted all of them to know I wasn't one-dimensional. And, while y'all attacking me, stopping me from making a living here, I'm going to diversify my game. And that's what, took me over to boxing, built the recreation.
That's a beautiful. That's also because it was rap, because it was still really attacking hip hop. It was a mobile coming up with, and the majority of what income was coming from hip hop, correct?
Yeah, most definitely. I always got attacked from rap and hip hop from day one.
From day one.
You know what I mean? Because I was like on the island. I was like in Houston, like in New York, y'all had a movement with an out of rap shrinking place. I was on like a private island where, when niggas got together, you classified as a gang.
Right. Yeah, just
classified as something illegal.
Immediately. It's funny it's funny you mentioned the diversifying your portfolio, because that's exactly what happened to me. I was ignorant to when the feds came in for us.
Yeah.
And Urbans was ignorant too. We both didn't know we was under investigation, that we really had to financially pay for lawyers and all of these things, and we wasn't charged with a crime.
Yeah.
So I'm watching a year go by, no money's coming in from music.
Yeah.
Because they basically made Universal cooperate with them, and they stopped all the bread. They moved strategic.
Oh, yeah.
And then they kept doing it, and I'm sitting there like, no money's. And that's actually the same time with the boxing, and got me into boxing, and got me into sports management, I started doing hedge funds and started doing insurance business, just to diversify my portfolio so it ain't just coming from one, and they can't stop it all.
Yeah.
And it also shows them that another thing is, we not no dummies.
Yeah.
You can't just do that.
Yeah.
And what you're saying is the exact same thing. Whether they want to admit it or not is their problem. But you being able to diversify your portfolio proves that you have one thing, and that's a brain.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. Like, I did the same thing. I'm like, I'm not just stuck to music. I can do anything.
Exactly.
And I didn't go to school. I mean, I don't think you did either.
Well, I went to high school.
Well, high school. High school, 5 years for me in high school.
Yeah. But the beauty of it is that, some of the most brilliant, homies and niggas in the world are not college graduates.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But the whole unique thing about Murder, Inc. and Rap A Lot that I want, the present, the past, and the future to know, and this is why they should zero in so strongly to every word you speak.
Yes.
Because this exact movement is taking place all over
again.
It's the same exact attack of racketeering and different things is taking place all over again. And you all have a track record of beating them.
Yes.
For the very thing that they accuse y'all of.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And you beat them and you won because it was a setup.
It's a setup.
You know what I mean? It was the devil that was exercising racism.
That's what I was going to tell you. When you talk about rap, they didn't know rap. They didn't understand what we did and how we made money.
Yeah.
I found that out from all the investigations of my federal agents that was on me. They didn't understand the way we talk. And imagine, they really don't know how y'all talk. That's why, one second, De Niro, that's why they have to get someone to infiltrate, to explain what we say, how we walk, talk, everything. Because they have no clue about our culture. They learn from us. And that if people understood that that's really how they take everybody down, is because we working with them to help them learn about us to take us down.
Yeah. Because
that's what there's no doubt in my mind back then, in those days, they knew anything about rap music. They didn't understand it. When rap music started, they was like, this shit ain't gonna last. And they threw us peanuts. Nothing. Now we control the world.
Yeah. Yeah, and the thing is, it was so much deeper, even though rap was the subject at hand, It was so much deeper than rap. It was the same racism that existed before rap.
Yep.
That's that we blacks and we niggas.
Yes.
And they want to destroy a movement that's actually real fruitful today. They saw this day coming.
Oh yeah.
Believe it or not. They saw everything that's happening coming to fruition, and their plan was to stop it. So they want to destroy Murder Inc.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the devil's whole mission. We're going to destroy them. We're going to destroy Rap-A-Lot. We're going to destroy Death Row.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And get a little more personal, we're going to destroy the brains behind the movement, because ain't no movement without the brain.
Without the brain.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I'm just going to say something. We mentioned education in that era. I think at the time, I mean, majority of these individuals we speaking about, let's say that they're not our skin color. We'll leave it at that, right?
Yeah.
But you can imagine these people who have gone to schools. We mentioned we only maybe finished high school. Some of us haven't. And you're sitting and you're making millions of dollars, right? Legitimately. Yeah, now we're legit. Now we've crossed over the money from a residual aspect. Where CDs are selling in the stores, you're sitting in your office making money. That has to rub certain people the wrong way.
Okay.
That's actually happening in Dominican Republic right now as we speak, with all the, like when you see the movement, the urban movement in the Islamic countries moving, and at the same time, besides the prejudice behind it, is an economic aspect to it. Because the first thing they did is they hit you where it hurt with the money. So they're saying, wow, not only are they not educated, they can
turn that faucet off.
With money comes not just power, it comes where I can do what I want. And when you understand this, the true system of you could lawyer yourself up. See, we could, let's be honest, we know we're straight, we're legit, and we have good lawyers. So it's a different spiel when you understand the laws. And someone like yourself, and I tell Chris, the power thing, you guys, is the power of educate.
Yeah.
See, before there wasn't social media, and when I watch your social media, and I see the things you post, and also Chris, there's so much education in your words, and I think that's the power.
Yeah.
You know, take the main
Likely down here, they fear that.
of course, it's,
You know, I could sit there and say to the feds when they would on me, they would come to the house and they would tell me, you going right in, because they couldn't believe that you making this money and still fucking with the people from back home.
yes,
Yeah.
They want you to leave.
well,
If I'm telling you, if y'all understand that is exactly what they want you to do. You good. You gonna stand next to Preem?
Yeah.
You gonna stay there with him and you making hundreds of millions of dollars? They couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
They couldn't believe there's no way in the world they could fathom that we wasn't gonna roll over and talk about whatever we had to talk about, which is not to them. And that's what they could not believe. They could not believe that. And that's, I'm sure, is the same. They looking at how much money you generate, and you still in the Fifth Ward fucking with these motherfuckers.
Oh.
You must be doing something, bro.
Oh, yeah.
They used to ask me if I'm trying to build a gang,
Yeah.
like an army, because why you only hire ex-cons? I said, why you mad?
Yeah.
I'm doing something that's great, in my opinion.
and taking them off the street.
I'm giving them a shot, an opportunity, actually, like, to live a real life, pay taxes, and be a legitimate citizen according to y'all law, and that's what they are.
Yeah.
And you still mad. It's no winning.
You know, you telling the God's honest truth, man. That's what make this conversation so real.
Yeah.
This ain't no made up shit.
No.
Just like you told your side of the truth, I have a side.
Right.
You know, where they personally came to me and asked me to leave the hood. Why you coming to the hood?
I know that without.
Why you know what I mean, dealing with these people? My answer to that was, man, I'd rather be dead than disown the people that the creator that put the spirit in me,
Man,
to help and
I can't turn my back on my people.
no,
That's the line.
but people that's not from the hood don't understand and don't want to understand that kind, because what happens is when one is bright enough and know how to think, then he calls others to know how to think.
That's right.
And all of a sudden we have a movement of thinkers. You know what I mean? We have a movement that's taking place where I pull Truth in a Cash Money, Tony Draper, Master P, Knob, all these moguls coming together, and there's a movement going on.
And that's what's
Like a fire.
You know what? See what you just said? They shine your movement right there.
Yeah, so they want to kill that shit before it come to fruition, because they understand, because of the people that came before us, ignited these movements. So they understand the power of these movements.